What's going on, guys? Jay here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing a short shifter into my hatch as well as replacing the shifter bushings in it. Now I know there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube that show you how to do this, so this is going to be a pretty simple install. It's a nice day out, so I'd get out in the garage and start working on the car. Unlike my last video, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet so it's not going to be extended long, since again there's so many videos out there explaining on how to do this. But I do hope this is going to be somewhat informational to those still either learning or wanting to do this. This is going to be on a D-Series and a 93 EG hatch. So here's everything that's going to be installed today. We got the B&M short shifter, we got the energy suspension cable bushings. I got a couple parts from Honda as well that we're going to be replacing, because I think sometimes those dust boots around the shifter that go on this, I've seen people cut them, put them back on, and go bad, so I just decided to go ahead and get a brand new one. Alright, so for those of you that are going to be doing this on an EG, basically you're going to have 4 screws to take out, because you're going to end up taking this center console part out here with the little cup holder. You'll have a screw down here. It's probably hard to see. You have another screw on the other side over there, and you'll have 2 Phillips head screws there. So you take all 4 of those out. You'll of course take your shift knob off and then lift everything up, and then you'll have access there. So we'll get that started. Alright, so we got that center piece off. Now when you get in here, you're going to see you're going to have this rubber boot here. That just pops right off. Slide that off, set that to the side. You're going to have this thing here. Oh, it's not good, but whatever. You'll be able to see down in there a little bit, down to the ground. And then from here, you're going to actually go underneath the car, and you're going to start taking some bolts off. Alright, now we're under the car. You got 2 bolts here. Those are going to be 12mm bolts. You're going to drop those. When you come to the front here, you're going to have another bolt here you're going to take out. This should be 12mm also. These are the bushings we're going to replace. On some videos, most people, they have an exhaust. Obviously, I'm still working on the vehicle. I don't have my exhaust on, so it's going to be a little bit easier for me to get to everything. But if you do have an exhaust, you can work around it. Some people I've seen take it off. It's whatever your preference is, but for me it's a little bit easier because I do not have one. So we got the linkage dropped out. Dropped 2 12mm bolts from the top. Now when you get to this part here, I didn't drop the other part of the linkage because I don't want to take the bitch pin out. But underneath here, what you guys can see, you're going to have 2 10mm bolts right there. Now on top you got these flat, if you can see those, you got these flat, I guess, bolts up here at the top. Now some people have used vice grips, pliers, anything that can kind of get a grip on it. I did watch one video where a guy used a 12mm, and that fits on it a little bit. You can try to use that to hold it while you take the nuts off the back. And once you take these off, you'll be able to take this whole piece out, and that's when we'll be able to install the short shifter. So we'll get these off and then we'll come back. Alright, so we got it disconnected. We'll be messing that in a second. I have to get the shifter out. To put the short shifter in, you're going to have a 12mm nut here and just 12mm bolt in the back. So you're going to take it off. You will have access to this, and this is what we're going to be replacing today. So we'll get that taken off, and then we'll start showing everything else. So we got everything out here. This is the old shifter. You can see, yeah, see where it's ripped there. So that's what we're going to be replacing. I don't even know if this is what came with the car, so it may be aftermarket, I'm not sure. But this is what we're going to be replacing. When you get the stabilizer bar out, this metal piece here, that just comes right off. Because we're going to be replacing this bushing here. And then at the end, I know it's kind of bright, then we're going to be replacing this as well. So these are all going to be freshened up. Now, one thing I did want to say, when you're taking out the bolts, like all the 12mm bolts and 10mm bolts, if yours isn't as rusted or dirty, great. I'm so used to using like PB Blaster or like rust penetrating spray, just to kind of help it. I use it a little bit just to kind of get them. I didn't have any trouble getting everything off, but yeah, if that helps you, go ahead and use it. If it's easier for you to not have to use it, that's great. So, alright, so here's the shifter we're going to be replacing. This little piece just kind of slides, pops right off. As you can see, that thing is junk, so pretty much just slide that over. I mean, hell, we don't even have to do this because we're not even going to be reusing any of this stuff, but if you were, oh hell, it ripped anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But this is the old shifter. You want to get this little thing out here. We'll be putting that in the new one. So, and I don't even know how good that is, but that's the old one. That's junk. We don't need that. And now, come to the bushings here. This is going to be one we're going to be replacing. This is the one that screws up into the car. This is probably shot, so this will be easy to probably just yank off. So that comes off. So we're going to be replacing it with energy. And then you have these at the end of it. Just take that piece out in the middle. So there's that. And this should be just one piece. You can just push that through. Maybe. I know some people have used like a flathead, but easy enough. Go with your hands. And there's that. And this is going to be where we're going to be replacing the bushings. So we're going to start putting this together. Here's a short shifter here. The parts I got from Honda. Of course, we need that new boot because obviously that ripped. So that thing's a piece. Also got this as well. I've seen some people use it. I'm assuming it'll go on this. Everything fits up. I asked a couple buddies. They confirmed that this is something that you need. So I'll put the parts, the Honda parts, down in the description for you guys. But this is them right here. So if you're going to do an install, I highly recommend just replacing these things because you got an old car like this. You're going to end up with something like that, getting it off. Now if you look inside this, you can see that piece inside there, so that's junk. So I think I paid at Honda maybe I think it was like $31 after everything for these two. So, but I would replace them regardless. So. Now we got that all on there. Again, I know that was time lapse, so this mostly should be self-explanatory. But got everything in there. One thing that did help me out, if I guess you get a B&M short shifter, is I actually used grease just on this part a little bit to get that small portion of this little dust boot over it because it is kind of a real tight fit. but it helped. I mean, it went on pretty solid, and it seems good here. So now we're gonna get the suspension bushings, or the shift linkage bushings installed now. So give me a second to get ready, and we'll start it. We're gonna start with replacing this one right here. That's gonna go into where it bolts up to the trans. So here's the old ones. Now, the cool thing with Energy Suspension, they actually provide you with the new one of these here, and instead of it being a one piece, they send you two pieces there. So you're gonna use those, and it's gonna be replacing this one here. They also provide you with grease as well. Highly recommend you use this. It's gonna make it a lot easier. I know, at least from all the installs that I've watched, it just seems like it helps out. On the other side here, so we're going to be replacing this with this one, and I believe you're still able to use that metal piece. I'm not actually sure, but we'll try. You might want to clean it up or anything like that if yours is real dirty. Clean it up. I'm gonna install these for you guys. It'll be another time lapse, so it'll go kind of quick. Again, if you need help or better instructions on it, again, there's other videos out there for you to look at that explain this kind of stuff. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so we got everything installed. Got the new bushings in, got the shifter, and all the new OEM parts on there. Of course, you got the bushing there at the end, and of course you can see all the old stuff here. Again, if you're going to do this install, it doesn't matter what shifter you use. I highly recommend replacing all the OEM stuff here, like this thing here. I mean, that's, you know, just replace it. Spend the $30, get it replaced. You know, have everything like you. Now, if you're not anal about it, and you don't care, you want to put an old one on there, that's fine. But it makes it easy. Now, some of the videos I've seen, some people have had trouble getting this part on here. This actually wasn't that hard getting on. So I don't know what trouble people are having. But that went on. I mean, pretty simple. Of course, you'll see in the time lapse how quick it went on, but everything was easy install as far as the bushings go, as far as the short shifter goes. So the next step now is get back underneath the car, and we are going to get it all installed up, and I'll get some video of that. So we got everything back installed under the car. You guys can check it out. So there's the bushings right there installed. Got everything hooked up over here. I don't know if you can see it. See if I can get some light up there. There you go. So there's the bushing back there. It's installed. So everything went on pretty smooth. Everything looks good. So what I did too is when I started doing the install here, putting all the bolts back. I know I didn't film it, but I put some anti-seize on the bolts just to, you know, just for the future if I ever decide to upgrade or do another short shifter or whatever, something, you know, I need to replace something. It won't be as hard getting everything off. Everything went on pretty smooth, so I'm going to go up inside the car now we're in the car. Got everything reinstalled here. Everything is looking good. Everything fit up just fine. I mean, this is amazing. This feels way better than what I had. Now, I apologize because I didn't do like a before video of all the play that was in it, but I mean, this is pretty solid. It goes into gear like freaking butter. You know, there's first, second, third, fourth, and then fifth. I'm not gonna go in reverse, but I mean, this is pretty solid. All right, guys, that was the install for the B&M short shifter with energy suspension bushings. Overall, install was fairly easy. Again, there's so many videos out there that you can look up online on YouTube or anything like that, or forums and guides on how to do it. There was nothing. For someone like me to be able to do it, it should be easy for anyone. Hopefully that this video is going to be more informational to you guys, and I explained some stuff to you that is easy to understand. But if not, again, check out other videos online. There's so many of them. So this is going to be it for this one. I don't know when I'll film again. Hopefully soon, maybe next weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I got a couple of things in mind for the hatch. I do need to bleed the brakes and the clutch and do a fluid exchange on that, so that maybe the next video, or if you can see inside the back of my hatch here, I got some stuff. That's actually ball joints, tie rods, and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to do that anytime soon, but I would like to get the ball joints in. Tie rods will probably be done in alignment when this is up and going. But next video will most likely be fluid change, so stay tuned. Thanks, guys.